Rain is on the move and will sweep through the entire area overnight and into your Friday. A flood watch has been posted. We'll have the latest track for you.
A community in mourning gathers to remember a police officer who died in a crash. How people in Nicholasville are paying their respects.
A meth lab bust here in Lexington finds 2 kids home at the time.
The Cats begin their SEC tournament run tomorrow. Up first, another game against the Gators. What Coach Cal said about that tonight.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening. Thanks for watching tonight. The break from the rain was nice while it lasted, but the forecast calls for a soggy Friday.
And heavy rain could raise the risk for flooding tomorrow. We begin tonight with meteorologist Jim Caldwell. He shows us what he's tracking on the First Alert Defender. Hi, Jim.
And guys, you're going to see a few little sprinkles or very small showers showing up on Defender here tonight. A lot of that not reaching the ground just yet because we had some pretty dry air at the surface. But what will happen overnight as this moisture increases, we'll see more showers break out, and especially as we head into the day tomorrow because there is plenty of moisture down to our south. That flood watch we're talking about covers most of Kentucky. The areas that are not in the flood watch, you're still going to see some rounds of heavier rain pass through, just maybe not for a prolonged period like some of the locations that are included in that watch. Here's the system. It's out to our west and down to our south, getting into Missouri, and it's about to get to where it turns and heads right toward us. That's going to be the kind of the primary zone of formation as it starts tracking more from west to east here into the day tomorrow with round after round of some of that moderate and heavy rainfall. Let's track that flood threat. If we go into the morning tomorrow, rain just kind of eases in. We'll get in on some of the light stuff that you were almost seeing out there tonight down to our southwest. We get toward the afternoon hours, and that's when rain becomes more widespread and heavier during the day. And then tomorrow night we could see by that point 1 to 2 inches. We'll tack on a little bit more as we head into your Saturday. That could be another inch or maybe 1.5 inches. We will track all of that hour by hour coming up for you in the full forecast.
Jim, thank you. Coming together to mourn a tragic loss. Tonight, police, firefighters, and other members of the community paid tribute to a police officer.
Nicholasville police officer Burke Rhodes died yesterday morning in a crash on US 27 in Garrett County. A vigil was held for him tonight at Nicholasville City Hall. Our Jordan Valine shows us how Officer Rhodes was honored. It's our top story at 11.
It was a memorial service.
Law enforcement has lost a brother in arms.
Fit for a fallen hero.
Our hearts go out to the Rhodes family.
A service to honor the life of Officer Burke Rhodes.
He was the kind of guy that you just were proud to know.
A man who served his city with dignity and respect until the day he died.
It's tough. We will never be the same as a department. We're a 60-man agency. And when you lose an officer, that's part of your family.
And a man who made a lasting impression on the lives of many.
This is Nicholasville's loss. This is the Commonwealth of Kentucky's loss. This is the nation's loss.
On Thursday evening, the community gathered together at City Hall.
We will support each other. We will stand by each other.
As a way to show solidarity during this time of grieving.
It's to let them know that we've got their back. We're here.
And certainly to show support for Rhodes' wife and 3 children.
And that's all any of us want, is for our life to mean something. And when the community shows that his life meant something, that helps the family heal. And that's what we want to do.
And in the difficult days that lay ahead, Sergeant Harvey says they will find strength in focusing on the legacy Officer Rhodes will leave behind.
His legacy is that our officers are wanting to be more like Burke Rhodes.
In Nicholasville.
He's a hero, absolutely.
Jordan Valines.
He was a great guy.
WKYT.
Funeral arrangements have now been set for Officer Rhodes. Both the visitation and the funeral will be held at Southland Christian Church on Harrodsburg Road. The visitation is Monday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 3 to 8 p.m. The funeral will be Tuesday at noon, followed by a graveside service at Camp Nelson National Cemetery.
A dangerous discovery today inside a Lexington home. Police say they found indications of a meth lab with 2 children nearby. It happened this afternoon along Lancaster Avenue off 7th Street. Lexington police say the children, along with an adult, went to the hospital as a precaution. New at 11, Garrett Weimer talks to some concerned neighbors.
With Lancaster Avenue blocked off by police as crews in hazmat suits went through a home here, neighbors were a little unnerved.
It's just a bad neighborhood. I mean, everything's going bad anymore in this neighborhood.
Police say they found signs of a meth lab and 2 children, ages 11 and 13, inside the home. Amanda Turner now faces drug and child endangerment charges.
I'd say especially the biggest benefit was knowing that there were children inside the house and that someone cared enough and brought it to our attention so that we were able to intervene before one of the children was dangerously exposed to one of those precursor chemicals.
It puts everybody in danger right here. And you got kids, I mean, up and down the street playing, and, you know, it's ridiculous. I mean, kids, and why are they doing that around kids?
Folks who live around here tell me this is just the latest sign of crime and drugs in their neighborhood, and it scares them.
I got kids up and down here all the time, and, you know, I'm scared they're going to get hurt, you know.
But as crews work to decontaminate the home, neighbors were relieved that at least one danger is now gone.
Just glad they're doing it, getting it taken care of.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Lexington police shut down Lancaster Avenue for a couple of hours, but it has since reopened tonight.
Tonight, Fayette County school leaders say the student who caused a gun scare at a high school has been found. They say the student has been charged with possession of a weapon on school property and also faces consequences in the school district. Yesterday, school leaders received a report of a student with a gun at Bryan Station High School. Investigators say the student soon left campus and no one was injured, but security was increased anyway as police investigated. A man wanted for shooting a 9-year-old boy in Lexington has been arrested. Lexington police say sheriff's deputies, U.S. Marshals, and immigration authorities worked together to arrest 28-year-old Alberto Contreras in West Virginia today. He's charged with assault. Police obtained an arrest warrant for him yesterday. Back on Saturday, police say he fired a shot at an SUV, injuring the boy. A spokesperson for the boy's family says the boy is still in critical condition tonight, but they say news of this arrest comes as a relief.
Thousands of dollars worth of stolen bourbon turned up at a Franklin County home. Now the Franklin County Sheriff's Office has made an arrest in the case. They've charged 45-year-old Gilbert Kurtzinger with receiving stolen property. Deputies say they found 5 barrels of bourbon stolen from Wild Turkey Distillery at his home. They say they also found steroids and firearms.
Obviously, this is a significant amount of bourbon. It's more than I've ever seen.
The sheriff says investigators are looking for a second suspect who works for Wild Turkey Distillery. He says Kurtzinger worked at Buffalo Trace Distillery. You may recall in 2013, police say a dozen cases of Pappy Van Winkle bourbon were stolen from Buffalo Trace, and that case has not been resolved. The sheriff says investigators haven't connected the 2 bourbon thefts, but they aren't ruling out the possibility either.
The final results in this week's Bluegrass Poll look at the debate over gay marriage. Kentucky's ban of gay marriage is among those the Supreme Court will consider next month. The new Bluegrass Poll says 57% of Kentucky voters surveyed still oppose same-sex marriage. 33% support it and 10% are not sure. Kentucky is one of 14 states where same-sex couples cannot marry.
Well, tonight, the Big Blue Nation has arrived in Nashville. Thousands of UK fans have made their way south to Music City for the SEC tournament. The Cats play their first game in the tournament tomorrow afternoon against Florida. Tonight, Coach John Calipari talked about the matchup. Rob Bromley joins us from Nashville with the latest.
For the Kentucky Wildcats, the postseason trail will begin against the Florida Gators. That'll be the matchup in the first quarterfinal here at the SEC tournament. Florida advancing with a 69-61 victory over Alabama. John Calipari knows the teams are going to be desperate. They're going to be coming after him, but he thinks his team will be ready.
I have one concern, my team playing well. If that's not good enough, then you go back and you get ready for the tournament. I mean, they were great in practice. They have a great spirit about them. Any team in this tournament is good enough to beat us. And the question is, will we play at our best, which will make it hard for anybody to beat us, but they still can.
You know, we'll try to make some corrections, things that we need to get build on, things we need to get better at. You know, try to do some different things, not so much differently, but try to do things better. Try to concise things for our guys where we're not overwhelming them in such a short period of time.
So the Cats will try to extend the string as they take on Florida for the 3rd time this season. They will try to make it 32 wins without a loss in the SEC quarterfinals. In Nashville, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
Rob, thank you. Mayor Jim Gray has declared tomorrow Blue White Day here in Lexington. He is encouraging everyone to show their support for the Cats by wearing their UK gear.
New developments tonight as police try to find those responsible for shooting 2 police officers in Ferguson, Missouri. The update in 9 minutes.
And later, it's the end of the road for one of the car models made at Toyota's plant in Georgetown. Tonight, investigators say several people have been questioned after 2 police officers were shot in Ferguson, Missouri.
But police say that all of those people have been released from custody, and at this point, no arrests have been made. The police officers were shot last night during a protest outside the Ferguson Police Department. Both have been treated and released from a hospital.
A former employee of the University of Kentucky's Veterinary Diagnostic Laboratory has been sentenced for child porn charges. The U.S. Attorney's Office says 60-year-old Neil Williams received more than 5 years in federal prison. Investigators say Williams admitted using his work-issued computer to download thousands of child porn images. After being released from prison, Williams will be on probation for 20 years.
Tonight, a Pike County road is still closed because of a large rock slide. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is still trying to figure out how to remove a large boulder on Bypass Road in Pikeville. Some businesses had to close because customers couldn't reach them. The Transportation Cabinet is working with firefighters to make sure that more rocks don't fall in that area.
They came and with their fire hose, they hosed down this whole area, getting rid of any other loose material or debris that might have been up there that hadn't fallen yet.
And at this point, transportation leaders say they're not sure how much longer Bypass Road will be closed.
Toyota will eliminate one of its models made at its Georgetown manufacturing facility. A report in the USA Today says that Toyota will no longer make the Venza crossover and will phase the car out by the end of the summer. According to the report, the Toyota plant in Georgetown says no jobs will be lost. The plant is set to begin production of the Lexus ES sedan later this year.
There is no heartache tonight for fans of the Eagles. The band has a show planned for Lexington. The Eagles have announced dates for their upcoming History of the Eagles tour, and the Eagles will play at Rupp Arena Saturday, July 25th. Lexington Center leaders say it's the band's first stop in Lexington in 20 years. Tickets will go on sale Saturday, March 21st through Ticketmaster, Live Nation, and the Rupp Arena box office. It is sure to be one packed house that night.